Darnell with D Grill here. Got myself about 15 and a half pounds of pork butt or Boston butt. Gonna be making some pulled pork with it, and gonna be doing that hot and fast on my Mountain Grills Boone Pellet Smoker. So I've got 2 pork butts in the pack. I'm gonna be injecting them with a cup of apple juice and a cup of apple cider vinegar. So basically each pork butt will get a total of 1 cup of each of the mixture. I'm going to be using some yellow mustard as a binder to rub down the outside of these pork butts, and then I'm going to be covering them with some Weber original dry rub this time. I'm going to give this a try. And I'm going to be using some premium gold blend Green Mountain Grills wood pellets. So I'm going to go ahead and get these out of the pack. Going to basically start doing all the injection and rubbing, and I'll bring you on back when I'm ready to basically start getting the grill going. Alright, so I've got the injection of apple cider vinegar and apple juice into the pork butts. I've covered the fat cap side with the yellow mustard and the Weber dry rub. And I wanted to mention these pork butts from Costco. The bone has already been removed. I'm doing 0 trimming since I'm doing a hot and fast. Not going to trim a thing. And with pork butts, you really don't have to trim a thing anyway. That fat will render down, and it makes it for some nice tasty meat when you mix it in, when you shred it up. But I want to give you the quick weather report. It's like 82 degrees outside with a real feel of 95 degrees. Humidity is at 73%. The wind is at only 2 miles an hour. There are some potentials for rain today. That's why I'm rolling with this hot and fast, try and get it out the way quick so that, you know, Lord willing, I don't encounter any rain. But I'm going to go ahead and get these covered on this non-fat cap side with the mustard and the rub now. And I'm going to be cooking, so that you know my plan, it's pretty simple. Going to be cooking at 350 degrees Fahrenheit, and basically that's it. I'm going to have the fat side down during this cook, and so basically it's just going to be 350 degrees until they get to a meat temperature of, I'm going to go for 197 degrees Fahrenheit for the meat temp. When the meat reaches 197 degrees Fahrenheit, I'm going to pull these off, and I'm going to wrap them in some foil. I'm going to put them in a cooler, not a pre-warm cooler, but just a cooler this time. If it was a brisket, I'd probably pre-warm the cooler. But just going to put them in a cooler for about an hour after they are done on that smoker at 350. I'm hoping, you know, since it's 350, it's going to go really quick. We'll see what type of smoke penetration we get, see how things turn out. So I'm going to go ahead, I'll get the grill started up now, and after I get the grill started up and things are up to temp, I'll bring you back when these are ready to go on the grill. For now, they're all set. They just need a little time to rest before they go on the grill, and so you want to, with these pork butts, give them a little time to rest out in the open before you put them on, like maybe 30 minutes or so to rest and come up some in temp. So I'll bring you back when it's time to throw these on the grill. All right, here come the pork butts. I'll make some good pulled pork out of these. Got a lot of injection fluid coming out of them. I'm sure there's still a lot in the meat. Get this meat probe in, right in here. I'm going to take it from the side, and I'll do it right here. It goes in bed right here. Nice and deep. ahead and smoke as is at 350, and we'll see if these finish hot and fast as we hope. We'll see how they turn out. I'll bring you back a little later. Alright, so we're just a little over 2 hours in. I'm going to do a quick peek here. Hot and fast pork butts. That's just after about 2 hours. Temperature is about 136 on the meat. Might get some small pockets of rain. If it's really light, I'll try and press through it. If it gets heavy, then I'll have to pull them and get them in the oven or something. But we'll see how this goes, and I'll bring you back. Okay, so we're 2 hours, 50 minutes into this cook at 350 degrees. And I noticed when I took a peek that one on the right side was looking pretty well cooked. So I waited a little bit till now. Tested the temperature is right at 195. I'm not going to risk it with that one because it's looking really cooked. I'm going to pull that one now. Let the other one cook till maybe 197. But I'll get this one into the cooler now. Alright, so we're just about 4 hours in, and the meat temperature is 173. I'm just going to take a look at it before I go inside and get that one out the cooler that was already done earlier. So this is the one that's still in after 4 hours. Looking good. We'll go inside and get that other one shredded up and do some taste testing on it. Alright, getting that one that finished early out the cooler. The cooler's nice and warm. When I poured the apple juice on it before putting it in the cooler, it started sizzling. Apple juice just started sizzling. So here's our completed work here. Just gonna get this foil out from under it. And there we have it. Our completed pulled pork, well, not pulled pork yet, but completed pork shoulder, finished in just under 3 hours cooking at 350. I think because the area of the meat kind of flapped out where they removed the bone. Of course, that made it less dense. When I did check the temp, I did check in this big fat part in the back, right deep in the middle, so I'm sure that it reached 195 degrees. But it finished up quick, you know. So here we have, basically in just under 4 hours after you include the 1 hour in the cooler, fully cooked Boston butt, and we can basically start shredding it now. Got my claws. I'm going to just start shredding it up. I do want to make sure you see there is I want you to make sure you see there is a noticeable smoke ring there, you can see. So it did get some good smoking even in just a little time. One thing I do like about Costco is since they do sell you the shoulder butt without the bone, you're not having to pay for bone. You're paying for meat, all meat. Just going to plate some pieces for quick taste testing. I'm going to get a piece from right there on that end. I'm going to get a piece from this tougher middle also. And just taste that for taste testing. It looks like some fat cap on that. I'll just get this piece here. Alright, get the camera adjusted around and do some taste testing. Alright, so taste testing the hot and fast smoked Boston butt. Shredded now, so it's pulled pork. So we got some hot and fast pulled pork. This is a piece from the tender end. Got a nice smoke ring on it. I mean, amazing smoke ring for just over 2 hours, you know, just under 3 hours. Hot and fast at 350. That's pretty good. I would say that's restaurant quality. That's restaurant quality pulled pork right there. But when you want it hot and fast, you know, you got to do what you got to do. Now this is from the more tougher middle, where it's still kind of tough in the middle. Okay, that bite, not too tough. I thought that bite was going to be tougher than it was. It wasn't too tough. You know, still at that restaurant quality pulled pork. But that meat in the middle definitely didn't get much smoke. That part that was further to the end, you know, got some good smoke. It tasted, you know, pretty good. Had some pretty good smoke on it. And, you know, it had kind of that restaurant quality bite. The inner meat, still that restaurant quality bite, but not much smoke in there. So this is something you can get by with, you know, when you just got to get something fast. You know, slow and low can't be beat, is the bottom line. In my opinion, slow and low can't be beat. I expected these both to finish in 5 or more hours, maybe between 5 and 7 hours to complete. So one finishing in just under 3 was a bit of a surprise. Definitely should have wrapped it up in cooking twine, I'm thinking. Maybe it would have taken longer or something, but the other one's still out there. We'll see how long that takes. I think just due to the fact it's cooking longer, it's going to be an even more tender, well-smoked one. So going to stop it here for now and bring you back when it's time to get that other one off. Throw some apple juice on it, throw it in the cooler. All right, so just a little over 5 hours later, and this one has reached the 197 goal of internal meat temp. It's 5 hours and 19 minutes to be exact. Let's look at that. Gonna get that off and get it all wrapped up and such. Okay, so it took a little over 5 hours to cook, and an hour in the cooler gives us a second hot and fast pulled pork time in just over 6 hours. So just gonna get this one out after it's been sitting in that cooler with some apple juice for an hour. This is our second one. I'll get some of this cooler out of the way. And this one, I'll say, you know, it cooked in the time I expected. So this was about the time I was expecting. I did order myself an iGrill 2 to use when I have multiple meats on the Mountain Grills Boone Pellet Smoker, since it only has one meat probe. So let me get these gloves off, then we'll get this shredded up. All right, time to get this second pork shoulder butt shredded up. See how it's doing. I see some nice smoke in there. Let me see if I can get this piece up to the camera. Just show you some nice smoking. You probably can see on this piece here some of the smoke on the meat, so that's pretty good. I'll say the shredding experience was similar, but a little easier, but similar to the earlier one. Get a little piece off here. Or just a taste. Just get a little piece off this end here for taste. All right, gonna get the camera adjusted and then do taste testing. All right, so here's our second pulled pork. So just gonna taste the interior piece first. That was an even easier chew than the previous one's interior meat. So the time that this one spent longer definitely did help break the meat down a good bit more. But either, I mean, both are, you know, pretty decent. You know, you would get them at a restaurant, be happy with them. But this one was a little better. This one's definitely a little better. And try the exterior piece. So basically that one's a very good piece. That's a very good piece. And this is, you know, it could basically be like a case study in, you know, the time that you take to cook the meat and how it comes out, you know, based on the time. I would normally have, you know, done something more slow and low. You know, I've done plenty of slow and low cooks. Just didn't have the time this time, could not afford even 275 for a hot and fast, which I have done before on the Weber Genesis 2 propane gas grill, if you haven't seen that video where I did some pork butts. But this time I had to go fast, had to do 350, had to take what I could get to get them done. But all the same, they turned out well enough that I'm sure everybody who has some will enjoy them. And I, you know, I definitely do like them as far as their taste. They're just not as good as something that smoked for like 10 hours or 12 hours, you know what I mean? But still good the same. You see the smoke ring on there. You can check me out on dgrillsmoke.com, also on Twitter at dgrillsmoke, also on Instagram at dgrillsmoke. And if you like this video, you can give it a thumbs up, share the video with your friends, subscribe to the channel, and good eating.